Okay, everybody, hold on. YouTube was on some stuff. Okay, there we go. Hi, y'all. Okay, so let's begin. So I'm muffin on a read, and this reading is for Cancer 2024. Okay, Cancer. I do see that you guys are taking some risk. You guys are about to be taking some risk against people who broke your heart. Like, usually, Cancer, I'm not gonna lie, you guys get used to like the pain to the point where like y'all even like surround yourself around people that remind y'all of people who hurt y'all just because it's something that's comfortable and something that you know how to navigate. Like, it's like you kind of get like a sense of like pride out of it. Like, yeah, like motherfucker, I done dealt with people worse than you. Like, you feel me? Like, you don't even know. Like, I could really fuck your shit up. You know what I'm saying? But I do feel like you guys are like now taking a risk to like take on like a new personality. Like when I was pre-shuffling for y'all, I had pulled the death card. So some of you guys could be experiencing literal death, people passing away, or it could just be like you just coming into a whole new personality. Maybe you used to be bubbly, nice as fuck, the nicest person in the room type shit, but now that's not your personality no more. You no longer have like that personality where you're about to be kind to motherfuckers who are outright cruel to you. And I feel like it's hard for you to like take on this type of personality. Like, it might even be heartbreaking to you to do that. Like, you don't want to treat your friends like that with the Three of Cups being in reverse. You want to treat motherfuckers good, but you run into all these vain motherfuckers, these spiteful motherfuckers, these tit for tat motherfuckers, and they been playing on your top. And I feel like you already done healed from that, Cancer. And I feel like you try to maybe, you know, go grab people and bring them up with you, and they still kicked you when you was down. It could even be a situation or not kicked you when you was down, but tried to like pull you down like a crab in a barrel method. I feel like a lot of you guys are around like crab in a barrel poverty mindset people, and I feel like you've healed from that, you know. And like I said, you could have just went back around or just revisited the past, or let exes back into your life, and it just showed you a lot about yourself and things that you have outgrown. Because a lot of people wanted to come around just to like hurt you or just to try to one up you or something like that, because in their little bitty ass mind, at one point in your life you one up them or made them feel really small, you know. So now they want to do the same to you, even though you might be like on a grand scheme level. Okay, Cancer, I do feel like you are taking a risk. You're like, you know what, you're starting over. You could be starting something totally new. Like I said, some of you could be in a relationship, you guys could be moving to a new city. You're just taking a risk on trying something different in your life. Like maybe you could be even taking a risk on your health. Like, you know what, fuck it, I'm about to just work out, I'm gonna eat good, I'm going to be serious about this year. You guys are going to be like a really good friend to yourself. Like, you're not going to put yourself in situations with people where like you're hurting yourself anymore. Like, you're going to start really being really good to yourself with the Three of Cups being in reverse. I definitely can see that, because I feel like in the past, you've definitely just experienced like allowing yourself to go through certain things that wasn't aligned with your heart. You know, I feel like now like you're starting to align yourself with your heart. Some of you could be healing from a heartbreak of somebody who was very worldly. Somebody could know a lot about the world, or they taught you a lot about the world. You could be very worldly as well, Cancer, just meaning you know a lot of things about the world. Your ass smart as fuck. You know, you could be book smart, you could be street smart, you could just know a lot of things about the world. But you probably outgrown certain shit. It no longer excites you. You know, like you want to be more well traveled now versus, you know, knowing so many things about the hood and stuff, or knowing so many things about like school. You want to just like know more about other topics as well. You know, you guys are like really broadening your knowledge. Some of you could have been supposed to graduate but not graduating, or you're a late bloomer and you're graduating later on in life. You get what I'm saying? You probably didn't graduate with your class, but now you're going to graduate. You guys are just it's like people want you to really repeat these old cycles with them. Like people around you see you probably outgrown certain shit, but they still want you to repeat certain cycles, and I feel like you don't want to anymore. Like even if it's exes coming back around, you just don't, you can't do it no more. Like once somebody show you who they are, Cancer, you're actually really listening. I feel like you guys already learned your lesson about allowing people to come back into your life and believing them when they say that their intentions are not to hurt you, but their intentions are to hurt you. So you are very guarded to a certain sense. I wouldn't even say guarded, because I don't see the 9 of Wands here, but it would be more so like a boundary, you know? As far as even with like being very busy, right? I feel like you guys are keeping to your schedule and doing it gracefully. Some motherfuckers could be seeing you deal with things and they just think you okay and everything is perfect in your life or whatever, but shit, it's just you handle things gracefully because you've been through a lot. That's why I keep saying, that's why you keep putting yourself in situations with fake motherfuckers, because you know you could be faker than them, you know? But it's like, why go back, or like just even put yourself in a situation where you got to even show a motherfucker that you could be worse than them? You know what I'm saying? You guys are really just busy, very, very, very busy. And I feel like with the 5 of Cups, you guys are trying your hardest not to like think about shit in the past that triggered you, but I feel like maybe it's been coming up lately, certain things that triggered you or whatever, and you're starting to notice how in the past how situations stopped you from taking risk, or people put like a fearful mindset in your mind, so certain risks you just didn't take, you know, and maybe you kind of regretful about that or whatever. I do feel like you guys are very logical when it comes to y'all money. I'm not gonna lie. Like y'all starting to really learn what y'all money can do for y'all. You guys know how to save it up now. You guys are being very logical about y'all money, and that's good, Cancer, you know. Yeah, I definitely do feel like some of you could be dealing with somebody who's like very cold. It could be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Somebody's very cold, or just, I'm not going to say cold, I'm going to say detached. Like this person could have just turned cold on you, or just started acting like really cold, or just did some shit to you and you like, damn, it's me, it's Cancer, like how could you treat me like this? And this person like was looking at you like, fuck you, Cancer, you know. And it might have caused the tower like for you, like basically seeing like people could just change on you any minute, or you know, like I don't know, I definitely do feel like it was a catalyst in changing of your personality, because Cancer, I feel a sense of you having a new personality. You get what I'm saying? I do feel like with the King of Swords, like someone has forced you to look at things logically. Like remove yourself from your heart space and being all emotional and sad, and they have forced you to look at things from a logical point of view, and that can be something scary when a Cancer no longer wants to be your mother. You know, Cancer is the mother sign. So, like, when a Cancer is mothering you, you probably feel like, oh, it's just, you know, I'm always going to get this. You know, you always feel like your mother is going to always be there. But when a Cancer stop loving you, oh, it's a whole different thing. You might feel like your world is falling apart. You get what I'm saying? You could be causing a lot of tower moments for people in your past that was your friends, and maybe they thought by like, you know, ostracizing you or making you feel a certain type of way or not supporting you, you were going to experience the tower moment, right? But these people ended up feeling like embarrassed, or ended up like really needing you in the end with the 9 of Swords energy. I do feel like you guys could be dealing with people that you really don't know like that. And I feel like as well as people don't really know you like that. So, but I do see like a lot of energy of like fucking with people who don't really know you like that. And I feel like that's when you run into the worst people, is when you deal, like, you really need to take time to really get to know people, Cancer, before you can really be like nice and kind, because out of nowhere they just give you this King of Swords energy and they're cold, and they don't really care about the connection, and they're detaching, and all of that. And I feel like that shit also plays in with your money. When somebody turns cold towards you or just pull the rug up from under you, like, that can like mess with your money, because now you're overthinking the situation, certain things like that with the Nine of Swords. And I feel like that can make you that can really just throw you off your game when it comes to your finances, career, or education. Like, if you in school and somebody break up with you, now you fucking up in their school. Now you fucking up. You ain't gonna be no firefighter. You ain't gonna pass the cosmetology board. Like, all type of shit just because of your emotions. And I feel like, even though I do not see the King of Cups or the Queen of Cups here, I do feel like there is going to be some emotional regulation, because there's like a new personality emerging from you, Cancer. Then with the Ten of Cups here, for some of you guys are creating a happy family. And that could be the risk that y'all taking. Like, you know what? I'm going to create a happy family regardless if I got a support system with my friends, a support system with my family. Like, you guys are like really focusing on the family or the kids that came from you. And it's really like giving you a blessing. Okay? Heartbroke, but not really no more. I heard like you heartbroke, Cancer, because you just can't believe how motherfuckers did you. Like I said, I was hearing like, it's me, Cancer. Like, you probably was telling somebody like, how you gonna do, like, I'm your dog. I've been your dog. You probably helped these people through some of the hardest times. You probably was around these motherfuckers when they didn't have shit. You get what I'm saying? You never looked at this person funny. You never talked about this person, but motherfuckers talked about you. And people can have a guilty conscience about the things that they said about you behind your back. And now that y'all are cool, that's why you get in funny energy, because people have a guilty conscience of how they treated you. But you have to be conscious. Energy never lies. So if a motherfucker treat they own people a certain way, what makes you think they ain't gonna treat you a certain type of way, or attempt to, right? Because motherfuckers only gonna treat you how you allow them to, right? I do feel like with the Queen of Pentacles, you guys are very like stable, and you guys learned that about yourself in 2023. Y'all learned that you guys can be stable. You guys can be, practical and all of those things. But like you become unpractical, and you become unreliable, and you become, stingy when to people who want you to give more to than you can give at that time. Like, I feel like you're learning to give to yourself. Give to yourself first, and then give to other people, because I feel like you have a lot of people around you who see what you have going on, and they want to get in where they can fit in. Maybe people can even see that you're sad, and they want to get in where they can fit in, because vulnerability speaks weakness sometimes in some motherfuckers' eyes. You could be vulnerable with these motherfuckers, and they feel like they got the one up on you. You get what I'm saying? Or they feel like that's a door in to try to treat you any your kind of way, because you're being vulnerable with them, not knowing that this is something that you've already done conquered. Okay, Cancer? Motherfuckers ain't slick. I do feel like with the Eight of Wands, I do feel like you could be talking to somebody long distance. It could be a situation where this person could have walked away from you and went to somebody else in another city, another state, or another home, or possibly, or whatever the case may be. And some of you could be texting back and forth with people, but they're ignoring you. Somebody could be ignoring you, or you could be ignoring somebody, Cancer. They want to like just text you, come in, say some like fast communication to your ass, but you're tired of like giving people access to you like that. Okay, so you might not be like responding to people who are like just texting you every like once in a while or whatever. You're not gonna respond. That's what I'm saying. With the Ace of Pentacles, some of you guys could just got a raise, a new job. You guys are ignoring people who didn't see your potential in the beginning as well too. If you didn't see Cancer's potential or the potential of the relationship, then Cancer is not going to be like very encouraging to you no more. You know, that support system that Cancer give you where you can always cry on them, Cancer is not going to do that for you. I do see Cancer 2024 you being very ambitious. I do see people noticing how ambitious you are, and you could be teaming up with other people who are very ambitious. I'm hearing community. You could be running into people who think like you, speak like you, and people who just get it. Because honestly, 2024, you're not really dealing with people who don't understand you no more. You're only dealing with people who get it, and it's not even, it's like a sense of entitlement when it comes to people understanding you. Like, I feel like you're not gonna tolerate anything less than understanding. Like, what the fuck? Like, you're like, I'm Cancer, I'm not too hard to understand, you know? So you're not about to be just letting people treat you like you don't matter, you know, because you know you matter and they know you matter too. Okay. I do see a lot of good luck coming to you. I'm gonna say in June, like, you by June, you're probably gonna want to be like to yourself, because Jupiter will be in 12th house in Gemini. Yeah, Jupiter will be in 12th house in Gemini. So you probably are going to want to be to yourself in May. But I do feel like May is going to be really good for you, like with fortune, and you could find a person that you really, really like, and they could really, really like you. But my whole thing is, Cancer, you know right now that you really need to just focus on yourself. You need to focus. You're really, really close to getting what you want. You've made a lot of risks. You took a lot of risks. You've said the goodbyes. You cried the tears, and you're at a really good place right now financially. You're at a really good place mentally, and I feel like you really need to consider, you know, like playing with people's emotions, because like I said, come May, you probably not really want to be with anybody. Okay. A lot of you could be afraid to manifest, like just afraid to manifest. Like, y'all not even aware of the tools that y'all have. So you, just because you feel like you don't have all the tools that you need, or you don't got this, oh, I ain't got my license, oh, I ain't got this, and I ain't got no car, and I don't got nowhere to stay, I stay with my auntie, I can't do, just because you have those restrictions that you've made up in your mind, you feel as if you cannot move forward, and that is not true, because you have all the tools that you need. You just are not looking at it. It's like your perspective. Like, you can manifest anything that you want, because other people can come around and they see what you have to offer, and they see what you bring to the table, and they're able to utilize and use your little tools that you have while you staying at your auntie house, while you ain't got no car, while you ain't got no permit, and still get something out of the deal. So why the fuck can't you? You know, it's like you have to start utilizing the things that you already have, Cancer, to really get to where the fuck you want to get to. You a bad motherfucker. You need to really do it. You know how to network. You have connections. You know a lot of people. Cancer, now it's time to start utilizing all of those things to get what you want, you know? I definitely do feel like it's funny how people can come in and they can love you and they can give you all the things that you want, and this motherfucker be like this when you got people around you. But when there's nobody around you, you seem to sometimes feel as if what you have isn't enough. But like I said, other people can see your tools for what they are. So with the Knight of Pentacles being in reverse, I do feel like you guys don't like the slow, stagnant, moving energy. Maybe you're used to making more money. Maybe you're used to things being more secure or being for sure. You feel like everything is just like moving very, very slow, and you don't like that. But honestly, you need to just allow things to move slow. Like I said, you really need to get to know people. You really need to get to know just everything. Like, you need to peep the scenery. What that lady, what she said, she was like, I'm gonna peep the scenery. You didn't even see me coming, dummy. Whatever she said. But that's what you need to start like doing, like peeping the scenery a little bit more, like, you know, just being a little bit more like allowing things to move slow. Everything don't gotta move so fast, you know. And being patient. Like, you don't have no patience. Like, be patient. Like, be graceful with this shit. Be patient with yourself as well, and be graceful with yourself during the process. And then you have the Five of Wands. So I do feel like it could be like a lot of competition. You could feel like it's a lot of competitiveness energy going on, or you could feel like you have to compete for somebody's attention or something like that. But if I don't even want to entertain it, like, because Cancer, if you're 2024 still having to compete for somebody's attention or something like that, 2023 already gave you clarity on that. The beginning of 2024, like these days coming, you already done gave you clarity about how people feel about you. So I don't really have to go into detail on why you shouldn't be in competitive situations or competing for nobody's attention or anything like that. Like, fuck that shit. You're healing. And while you healing, there's no need for you to allow people to come get in your spiritual bath, because you are on a healing path, and like, you're trying your best to change and work on, childhood trauma and generational curses and things like that. You can't allow people to come and throw you off your spiritual path just off of the strength of the fact that they've been knowing you for years, or you've been knowing them for years, or you've been dating them for years. You don't owe nobody shit when you on this spiritual journey, and you don't have to explain your spiritual journey to no motherfucking body. It's not up to them to understand what the fuck you heal from, and how the fuck you heal from it, and how the fuck it started, and all of this shit. These motherfuckers gonna get on the bandwagon late because they haven't even started their healing journey. Okay? Yeah. After you heal, you find true love. And that's the whole thing. That's what it's about. See, Cancer, motherfuckers seeing you down, and they probably was like, oh, she going through a divorce. Oh, she lost her job. Oh, his wife left him. Oh, she took the kid. She put him on child. Whatever it is that you was going through, at the end of the day, you still find love because you learned how to fill your cup up. I feel like while you were going through the hardest times of your life, what was different this time was that you learned self-love. Cancer, you really did learn self-love. You learned how to fuck with yourself, and you be fucking with yourself a little bit more than you have in the past when motherfuckers used to break your heart or disappoint you. You fuck with yourself in a whole different capacity now, to where you don't even recognize your motherfucking self. You gotta give these other motherfuckers a little bit of credit, because they don't recognize your ass either, Cancer. You showing up different. A lot of you could be feeling just mad as fuck. Because you guys are dealing with a lot of Judases. People who say they love you, but their energy and their energy signature is totally different. They really don't motherfucking love you. These motherfuckers say they love you, but they don't. And that could be something 2020 fucking 2 taught your ass. You already knew this though. Because you, like I said, it's an energy. You already knowing how to deal with it, and that's why you're comfortable with keep on entertaining it, because you like, I will slay your ass. I done slayed a dragon, a bear, and a motherfucking lion. Bitch, you ain't nothing but a sloth. These people move slow. This is why all this energy is moving too slow. So it's like, I will fuck you up. I see you coming from a mile away, but you don't want to be like that, you guys need to really check y'all anger. Check environments that make you angry, that make you want to come out of the bag on a bitch. You get what I'm saying? Like, your mental health for 2024 is so motherfucking important, Cancer. Like, people been playing on your top. People gonna play on your motherfucking top. You will be a fool to play on your own top. 2024, don't do that. This is not the year to do that. It's so many things that are hidden. You could be coming up as very mysterious to people. People can see you as somebody who they just cannot put their fucking finger on, or it's a lot of things that you're just acting like you don't see just because you're trying to keep the peace. And I feel like you just need to stop doing that. It's time to start calling shit out for what it is, saying whatever it is that needs to be said, and then fucking go into hermit mode. Because right now, if you can't speak your mind or say what the fuck you want to say, Cancer, go into hermit mode. Right now, you're starting 2024 off in hermit mode. This is giving you like the up and up on all the signs, because like I said, Jupiter is going in the 12th house around Gemini season, around May or something, right? So this gives you the up and up to kind of like pull back your energy, Focus on yourself. Get dialed in with a good diet. Go to the gym. Really get your mental health right, because 2024 is going to really be about, like, you know, getting your mental health right. Not pouring into people cut more than you pour into yourself. And then when you do go into hermit mode and you do take time to yourself and pull back from motherfuckers, you don't feel guilty about it, you know? And it's not because you done had a fit and cussed every motherfucking body out, now you gotta pull back. No, it's gonna be because you realize, like, this is the environment that will make me temperamental. So let me back up, pull my energy back, and go into hermit mode, right? Because you're a winner, Cancer. You're good by yourself, and that's one thing that I want you to know. Some of you guys could be getting a new car too, but you're good by yourself. You don't really need no motherfucking cheerleaders, nothing like that. You don't need no team. You don't need that right now. That's not what you need. What you need to be focusing on is yourself and getting you there, with or without their help. You did it this far with or without their help. You don't need their help. With the chariot card, its spirit is telling you good by yourself. You hear me? You don't see nobody in this chariot but him. You feel me? Yeah. I'm gonna be real. If this was a love reading, I would just feel like people come into your life, Cancer, and sometimes it don't be forever. It really don't. It don't be forever. Sometimes it just be temporary. They come into your life to teach you a lesson. But you're lucky if you actually learn the lesson and is able to apply it to your life. You know, that's when you get the best out of the situation. And it's all about perception, like I said. Just because a relationship ended don't mean neither party was a bad person. It just means that the lessons was learned. When you overstay in situations that are long overdue and have already experienced tower moment after tower moment, I feel like that's when you get into that Two of Swords tit for tat energy. When you in a room full of motherfuckers who really don't like you, when you know you're laying in a bed with a motherfucker who's really jealous of you, and are you laying in a bed with a motherfucker who lie like a motherfucking rug. Do you hear me, Cancer? That's when you find yourself in those situations, when you kind of keep fucking around with the fuck around when you already done learned your lesson from the last tower moment. You hear me? Yeah, going back versus transitioning, because it's like every time you go back as a difference. Like, you leave the hood and then you pull back up to the hood in a limousine and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? No, you change every time you transition from these people, or they leave you, or they teach you how to, you know, live without them, or whatever the case may be. And then when they come back around, you're a whole different person. Like, it's just like the transition is not adding up. But a lot of people miss y'all, Cancer, and they want to come back around you, and they want to talk to you, and they want you to take a risk on them and let your boundaries down. But they want you to let your authority down. They don't want you to have no authority, Cancer. They want you to give up all your authority to them. And you already learned that lesson. And you already learned ways where you give your authority up. And when you give too much to motherfuckers and you end up with nothing. You already learned that. And I don't feel like you want to give your authority away no more. I feel like you learned by giving your authority away, motherfuckers will play right in your face. Stay on your shit. That's my advice for you, Cancer. Is to stay in this Six of Wands energy. When you start winning, when you start getting on a hiatus and feeling good and, you know, feeling yourself, don't backtrack. And then I also feel like don't allow people to, like, try to humble you. Don't allow people to, don't even find solace in motherfuckers who want to humble you and pull you down off your high horse. So what if my horse high?